Okay, we're gonna look at a generic setup for some bass samples here. Let's go ahead and grab some out. Let's use nice crunchy sound right here. Nice deep sound right there. Now follow closely. These are steps. These are very important steps here. We're gonna right click, cut itself, which is T, and then I just hit enter. Open up your sample. You know, you can do your normalize and your trim, whatever you gotta do. We're gonna go into the instrument properties here, the envelope settings, the volume. We're gonna adjust the attack down, the hold up, and the release down. So now when I trigger it and let go, it's gonna stop when I let go. Or if I hold it, it's gonna continue. But that's not all we gotta do. For bass, this is a very important step that a lot of people don't even realize. That I think is required. People don't even do this. You right click, go to edit, it'll open up Edison here. Right click this, go to regions and detect pitch regions. It'll pop up, give you some notes here. G sharp for this sample and G. Normally, I always pick the longest held note, which is a G in this case. I won't do G sharp. So I'm gonna close Edison, go back to this, and I'm gonna right click on G on this keyboard here. And now it's set. Now when I hit a C, it's actually gonna be a C. You know? And now it's gonna be in tune with whatever it is I need to do. Let's link this up, Control L, turn it mono. It's a step I always do. I don't ever just leave it stereoized like that. I want my bass to be flat and mono. Now, with samples like these, look at this mess. You gotta be wary because some of them got auto time stretching on. You gotta click none. Some of them even got the loop points on, so you gotta uncheck that. Look at this distorted clipping mess. Just normalize, trim, whatever, you know, do what you gotta do to it. But we're gonna do the same thing. Attack, hold, release. Edit, regions, detect pitch regions, and it's actually a C. So now we don't even have to change this note, but it still comes in and drops out when I want it to. And you can see why I make it mono, because look at this one, is the left channel's a little bit higher than the right. Some of these samples is just straight trash, and then rather trying to sort it out like this. In some cases is what you got to do, put it left and right, you know, but in this case, for my bass, I always just make it mono. So we're gonna take a look at EQing. What you gotta do here, you guys probably using parametric EQ 2. I like FabFilter Pro Q2. That's my go-to. Of course, you're gonna cut out the highs. Double click on your high end and just scroll your mouse wheel up. You know, that you get a nice steep slope. I like to drag it down and slide it over. I don't want any highs in it, you know. And then the low end, I like to cut the low end because I don't want to hurt anybody's subs. I do love me some bass, you know, but sometimes it just gets ridiculous. And then I like boost up this. So shit, I could even grab up here too. And then I could also like I could cut some frequencies out I don't need. Oh, there's my baby crying in the background. Okay, essentially what the on kick means is your 808 will trigger every time that your kick triggers. On time. It's gonna follow your kick exactly. You'll get a sound like this. In order to do this, it's the easiest, most simple way, is build your drum pattern. Nice, simple pattern here. All you do is copy your kick and paste it on your bass sample, right? Then you Control L and bam, you got yourself full 808. line, just like that. Let me mute this one here. The song's in F sharp, so just like that. Simple as that. That's the on kick. Now the off kick doesn't necessarily follow the strict guidelines like the on kick. It may or may not trigger every time that the kick hits, but it's that variety that makes it its own category. You'll get a sound like this. A lot of producers do it, like probably Metro Boomin and Mustard. But yeah, you can see it definitely does not line up. Here's the bass, and here's the kicks. Definitely does not line up. You could tell the difference here. Let's go ahead and copy this. Paste them right in here. You can see how off they are. This note triggers here, yet the kick is here. This one's lined up, this one's lined up, this one's not. This one's not. That's essentially the off kick. Okay, onto this artificial woofer bass. I kind of coined this term because I believe it sounds really low and has a distortion and a growl to it, similar to like a subwoofer in your trunk, just going ham, you know, just fucking blowing. And to achieve this sound requires a little bit of effects here. I got Fruity Effector, Fruity Fast Dist, Bass Boost to soften it up, and then of course some EQ. So Fruity Effector is just Effector, actually. It's right here. It's gonna open up like this. All you do is uncheck bypass, and this is the sweet spot around here to give it that woofer sound. Let's see if I can make it. You can hear it's got that growl to it now. So that's the effector. Next is the distortion. You open it up, it's gonna look like this. All I do, essentially, I use both of these actually, is I just flick it to B, you know, and then I adjust the overall volume of that, find a sweet spot. And then after that, throw a bass boost on there, just crank this shit up, you know, soften it out. And then I open up the EQ. I actually didn't cut the lows out of this one yet. I want to cut the lows. Probably right there. And then I find a good sweet spot with the highs. If I didn't cut the highs, it'd sound like shit, like this. I gotta find a good spot, you know, so probably around here is a sweet spot in this area. And that'll give it that woofer sound. Especially on the lower notes, gives it that real deep sound too. But that's all, just a real quick video, no fluff, no bullshit. I guess it's for the novice FL Studio users, but I gotta run. I gotta change this baby diaper. Peace.